Welcome to Books in Brief, the channel that gives you quick and concise summaries of popular books. Whether you're short on time or just looking for a quick refresher, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into today's book summary. Everyman is a morality play from the late 15th century that explores themes of death, judgment, and salvation. It serves as an allegory for human life, illustrating the journey of the soul toward judgment before God. The play's central message is that earthly possessions and relationships cannot accompany a person after death. Only good deeds matter in the afterlife. The play follows Everyman, an allegorical character representing all of humanity, who is suddenly summoned by death. As he prepares for his final reckoning, he seeks companionship and support, but ultimately learns that only his good deeds can follow him into eternity. The play begins with a messenger who informs the audience that the story will serve as a moral lesson about the fleeting nature of life and the certainty of death. He warns that everyone must face divine judgment and that people should live virtuously to prepare for their final reckoning. In heaven, God observes that humans have become too focused on wealth, pleasure, and sin rather than righteousness. He decides to remind them of their mortality and the importance of salvation. God calls upon death, his divine messenger, and instructs him to summon every man to account for his life. Death approaches every man who is enjoying his worldly pleasures and oblivious to his spiritual state. Death tells every man that he must embark on a journey to face judgment before God. Shocked and terrified, every man begs for more time, but death is unmoved. His time has come. Desperate, every man asks if he can bring a companion on his journey, and death allows him to try. This sets every man on a quest to find someone willing to accompany him to his final reckoning. Every man first turns to fellowship, a personification of friendship and social pleasures. Fellowship initially promises to stand by him, but when he hears that the journey leads to death, he refuses to go. Fellowship represents earthly friends who may offer comfort in life, but abandon people in the face of death. Every man then seeks help from kindred, family, and cousin, close relatives. They also refuse to join him, with cousin even claiming he has a cramp and cannot walk. This symbolizes how even family cannot help in death or judgment. Every man next turns to goods, his material wealth. Goods mock him, saying that his riches were meant for earthly pleasure, not for eternity. Goods warns every man that wealth often leads people away from salvation rather than toward it. At this point, every man realizes that worldly attachments, friendship, family, and wealth cannot help him face death. Every man then seeks good deeds, but she is too weak to stand. Good deeds explains that because every man neglected her throughout his life, she has no strength. She directs him to her sister, Knowledge, who can help prepare him for judgment. Knowledge leads every man to confession, where he repents for his sins. He receives penance, which strengthens good deeds. With his sins absolved, every man is now ready for his final journey. As he nears the end, every man is joined by 4 companions: strength, physical power; beauty, appearance and youth; discretion, wisdom and judgment; 5 wits, the 5 senses. These symbolize the virtues and qualities that people rely on in life. However, when every man reaches the grave, all but good deeds abandon him. This shows that only good deeds can accompany a person into eternity, while strength, beauty, and wisdom fade away. At last, every man descends into the grave, accompanied only by good deeds. An angel appears, welcoming every man's soul into heaven. Knowledge remains behind, recognizing that her role was to lead every man to salvation, but not to follow him beyond death. As the play ends, a doctor, a scholar figure, delivers a closing message. Only good deeds and faithfulness matter in the afterlife. People should not place their trust in wealth, beauty, strength, or earthly friendships. all must prepare for death by living a righteous life. Everyman's journey reflects the universal truth that death comes for all, regardless of status or wealth. Friends, family, wealth, and personal attributes are useless in the face of death. Only moral and spiritual integrity matters in the afterlife. Good deeds alone can accompany a soul into eternity, but they are weakened by a sinful life. Confession and repentance strengthen one's good deeds and prepare the soul for salvation. Knowledge, awareness of God and truth, helps guide every man toward salvation. But faith and virtue must complete the journey. Everyman is a powerful allegory of life and death, teaching that all people must face divine judgment. The play urges its audience to live righteously, perform good deeds, and seek salvation before it is too late. Even today, its themes of mortality, morality, and redemption continue to resonate, making it one of the most significant works of medieval Christian literature. That's it for today's summary on Books in Brief. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more book summaries. And if you have any book suggestions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Books in Brief.